Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the 10th show of the Midwest Outdoor Experience podcast. Whew, what a mouthful. Austin, how's it going?
Hello. I am doing good. Been busy. I'm always
Nice.
busy, so nothing's new.
I see. I'm weirdly getting like a drumming noise. Are you hearing that?
I am not hearing anything.
Okay, well, anyway, I guess it's just me. Well, to start off tonight, I don't have a whole lot new with me. Austin, have you been fishing?
Not really. Copy fished a little bit. We had a trip with some guys, and that was about it. I should have bass fished. It was right before the big bass bash, and we just caught a bunch of small crappie. Caught some bass too while we were crappie fishing, but that was about it. I was gonna fish this coming weekend, but I don't think I'm gonna make it anymore.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
supposed to rain a bunch on Saturday too. So
finally. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about your misfortune, but I'll take the rain because we're stupid dry. I have been on the opposite side of the spectrum, and where I normally am this time of year, I've been hitting the deer woods when I can be. Everything's been slow for me. I find out what that noise was. It's my neighbor on his Harley, so that'll go away soon.
there you go. So I didn't
But
hear anything.
yeah, well, good. But anyway, so no, otherwise, tonight the podcast focus is going to be on our winter series. It is just Austin and I tonight. There is no guest. So we're just going to be going over everything. If you have any questions about the winter series, if you fished with us in the past, we're going to be going over old rules and a couple of new things that we've added. Not a whole lot's changed, but if you're new to the series and you're looking to get into this year's tournaments with us, this is a perfect place to learn all about the series. So, we also have our big cooler raffle tonight, which I totally forgot about. So Austin's
The
got that
big
set up.
raffle.
And we're not going to make everybody wait like some of the raffles do. So we're actually going to hop into that raffle first. So if you're one of the 17 people who bought raffle tickets,
You have tremendous odds.
very good odds. If I was in there, I'd still lose. But I'm not in there. Austin's not in there. So we're going to turn the screen over to Austin. Everybody gets to watch our live raffle and see who the lucky name is to win the Yeti Tundra 45.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to it now. All right. Here's our super picker wheel. We've got all of our contestants on here. You can double check.
I will say the reason we did this cooler raffle is Austin and I are finally kind of big enough that we're trying to like make raise a little money for insurance for the tournaments, and that's the reason this is all happening.
Yeah.
So it didn't go in our favor, but that's okay. Somebody's going to win a cooler out of it, and that's really cool. So go
All
ahead,
right.
Austin.
We're gonna spin it. Here we go.
Spin that wheel.
Bob Barker.
Rest in peace, Bob. Lucky number 2.
Contestant number 2, which I'm pretty sure. Okay, I'm gonna share the screen so people can see, so they don't think we're cheating here.
Hey, that's Kevin Becker.
Kevin wins.
Good for Kevin. Hey, that's awesome. He's going to be so excited.
He wins the cooler, so get his info. We'll mail it to him.
Okay, I will. Kevin, if you're watching this, you can shoot me a text and I'll get with you. So thanks again for everybody who supported us and trying to raise some money for our insurance for the winter series. So that's great. Anyway, so that wraps up the cooler. Let's start talking about the winter series. So for anybody who doesn't know, this is going to be our 3rd year of the winter series, right, Austin?
Yeah, third of the full schedule.
Yep. Our first year we did a solo tournament in March for just an open bass buddy to get our toes wet, and enough people liked it that Austin and I decided to turn it into a series. And we did 5 last year. We're doing 5 tournaments again this year, and we are kicking off in December. I'm going to quickly go through all the tournament dates and times, and they're all the same except one, and I'll point that out. So the first tournament this year.
I'll pull it up on the screen here too.
Oh, perfect. There you go, right there. December 6th, December 27th, January 17th, February 21st, and March 7th. And I want to point out that the January 17th tournament The normal run times for our tournament, all the other ones but the January one, is 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. And the January one is 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. With that said, all tournaments, we'll get to this a little bit later, but there's a point system. You show up, you weigh a fish, you win big bass, you win big spot. It's extra points to your overall points at the end. And then that last tournament, March 7th, your total accumulation of points will rank you, and there's overall point prizes, and we'll get to that. But as you can see right there, it's kind of like the gist of the tournaments. There's the ways to sign up is the morning of the ramp or pre-registering, which we will dive into here also in a little bit. It's $120 per boat. So that's per boat. So you have a buddy. If you're with somebody, it's $60 a person. So it's pretty good. 100 of that goes towards the entry fee. 20 of it goes to big bass. So automatically there is no extra side pot. The $20 of your entry automatically goes to big bass. So that's where that goes. And we do have a 90% payback on our tournament. So that's good. And A-rigs are allowed in our tournament series. Get that question quite a bit. Some guys are for it. Some guys are against it. We've seen everything. Some guys are doing well with it. Some guys not so well with it. So it's up to you if you throw it or not. All of our tournaments are out of Kaufman Beach. It's up there in the mouth, just a little north of the mouth of the Gravois. If you are not familiar with where that's at, there's the address. You can type it in your GPS and check it out. And there's again the times that I talked about of 7 to 3:30, except for the January tournament will be 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So that covers that. Austin, while you got this pulled up, do you want to show everybody how they can pre-register, how easy it is? And I guess I'll also tell them pre-registering will make you eligible for our apparel. No, I'm sorry. Will make you eligible for our pre-registration prizes. So by doing this, basically it helps Austin and I have like a roster. And then once you get there in the morning, we just kind of check your name off, collect your money, because you still will pay at the tent in the morning. You don't pay ahead of time. You don't pay online. Cash is the most preferred method. Can do Venmo, but we definitely prefer cash. Please don't do a check. We can do a check, but please don't do a check.
Please don't bring one. Okay, so to pre-register, there's a couple ways you can get to it on the website, but go to the website on your phone, computer. It's going to look like this, obviously. You can go to this top bar here. It says pre-registration. You can click on that, or you can scroll down to where it says pre-register here. Any of that works. Click on it. It's going to take you to this page here, a little form. Kind of gives you an update of, what it does for us. Pick your date. So let's just pretend we're going to do the first tournament. Then it populates the time of the tournament. Type your information in here. I'll just pretend it's me. And I'll just type in.
Dude, we're going to be like boat number 2. So pumped.
I'll just type all this in here so you can see it. Don't call me.
I'm calling you.
I'll pretend I'm fishing by myself. If you fish with somebody, you put that information in there. And if you want to be updated, you can. And then I'm just going to click no for now so I don't double myself. And you click submit. And it's going to bring you to this page and say thank you. And then that means we have received your pre-registration.
Yep.
You still have to pay when you get to the ramp.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, or Nathan said, that basically speeds everything up for us. You don't have to type in or sign your name or do anything. You show up and tell us your name and we go, oh, your boat number, whatever, and give you that. You give us your money and you're on your way. It just speeds everything up a lot and helps us gauge what's all going to be out, on the tournament.
Yeah, and we won't hide it. The pre-registration prizes again this year. For the first person who gets picked, each boater will get a $25 Tackle Warehouse gift card, and the second person picked is. Are we doing Rod Socks again? Do you know? Or
I'm not sure. I'll try and find something that's maybe a little different this year. Okay. And we owe Derek Starrett. I have his Rod Socks. We have Derek Starrett, and I can't remember his partner's name was. I have to look. I have both your guys' Rod Socks. So when I see you again,
Derek and Jesse, isn't it?
You'll get them. I don't think so.
Okay, never mind. Sorry, guys. But no, so yeah, it's a great way. You can win before you even hit the water. Literally, we just put your name in a random generator and it spits out two names. And we always pick a backup in case somebody doesn't show up because believe it or not, that happens. And yeah, we go from there. And you're a winner before you even hit the water, and that's cool. That's a good easy deal to get a little extra. I don't know, something for coming out, and it just helps us. So that's why we do it. Um, okay, so Austin has now showed the pre-registration process, so that is helpful. Um, let's talk. Austin, you want to go into prizes or ways to win? You tell me.
Let's go over just our ways to win real quick. So we've got just traditional 5 fish limit for all that, and then you got your big bass like Nathan talked about, and then you have
second big bass
second big bass if we have enough boats,
which is 20.
And then we've got big spot. We had that last year, so biggest spotted bass of each tournament gets you paid $150.
Mm-hmm.
And then this year we added smallest 5. So smallest 5 fish limit also gets you paid $150. So if
Look
you're
out, working on
if you're having a day where it's not coming together or something, but you're catching a bunch of really small keepers, or you're leaning that way, well, maybe throw a big fish back to try and get the smallest 5. I know.
It's gonna be our goal every tournament. Austin, smallest 5.
So that's that, and then let's just go into the points and.
Oh, but you also missed one, and we haven't got there yet. Is the apparel bonus?
Oh yeah, about that.
Yeah, you can hit that real quick, or we can hit that real quick.
So your apparel, you'll see when you get to the ramp. If you buy a hat, shirt, it basically for $20 puts you in to like a pool for the whole year, or the whole season. So if you finish first place out of the money, and you have that hat, shirt, whatever with you, have to have it with you that day, you get $120. So you get your fee back. So it's simple, easy, something to help. That's insurance, basically, is what you're buying.
Easily said. If we're paying 7 places that day, if you're an 8th and you got a shirt or a hat, you're getting your money back.
Yeah.
And if you're not, then you're not. So, but we hope that it did well last year. We sold a lot of hats and a lot of shirts, and that also helps us. And we secretly love to see it all at different tournaments and just people wearing it around the lakes. Kind of cool.
Yeah, it's fun. So let's talk about the results and points real fast. So this year you have a point system. We've had this is your overall points champion prizes. So if you fish the entire year, first place, you win the whole series, you win an additional $1,750 at the end at the last tournament. And then second place, third place, these are your dollar amounts, so on and so forth. So if we look back at the last couple of years, and of course this thing is not going to cooperate with me right now. Normally I have the bottom bar here where you can adjust and see the points. So I'm going to have to adjust that for later through the year on the website. But you can see where your standings are. But as far as how the points kind of work, you've got your places, so we'll just use from 2024 first tournament, Andy and Caden Messina, they had 24 pounds. So
mega bag.
They also had big bass. So it goes by the number of people in the tournament is what the maximum number of points starts at. So in this case, there was 61 boats. And then actually, I think they had second big bass. Yeah, they did. They were tied or something because they got second big bass. So you end up with the total number of boats, plus if you have big bass or whatever, or big spot. And then from there, it just goes down 1 point per spot. So pretty standard. And that's all described in our rules as well, which we'll get into that in a second.
The other ways to score points is like extra points is having big bass, obviously. First big bass is worth more than second big bass. And then like big spot, there was extra points for that. There's points for just weighing in one fish. So I believe it was 10, wasn't it, Austin? Just for coming to the tournament, weighing in one fish, you got basically your extra 10 weigh-in points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. If you
didn't weigh
points for showing up to,
yeah.
I wish this thing would cooperate. It's being dumb. So
You can always come back to it if it works later.
I think it's this browser. If I use it in Safari, it's going to work, but for some reason in Chrome, it's not working, which it forces me to use for this. So, yeah, but you get points for showing up, but the thing is, you have to weigh fish in to get points.
Yes.
So,
like to get your place in points.
Yeah, to literally weigh one fish can make a big difference throughout the end of the year. But we'll go over it in our actual points here. It's less confusing to read it than it is to talk about it.
Go ahead.
Let me find it. It'll just be easier. Here we go. So we scroll down, you get 10 points for showing up. And then this says starts at 50 points, but if we have more than 50 boats, then it goes up to the boat number. So even if there's only 10 boats, say it's really bad weather or something, we have a bad show out, you're going to start at 50 points. So it's kind of weighted to where if you show up, you are at an advantage, basically, is what it comes down to. And then, like I said, winners, big bass will receive 20 additional points. So that can be a big deal if you catch a big bass in a tournament. And then second big bass gets 10 points. Biggest spot gets 5. And then this is just the big kicker right there, is you must weigh in at least one fish each tournament to receive additional points. So
one keeper, that is.
Yeah.
One keeper. No shorts.
So that is that. As far as any other rules, I'd say our next biggest thing is off limits. So if you go to our website, you go up to this Winter Series tab, and you go to this little tournament off limit areas. These are the off limit areas for the tournament that you cannot fish. If you're seen fishing during the tournament hours in this, or somebody takes a picture or something, you're going to be disqualified. We actually had a team last year. I don't think they did it on purpose by any means, but they were fishing in Hana Cove and they were unaware, and they had to, they self-reported and said, hey, what are you fishing in there? And they DQ'd themselves, basically.
We appreciate the honesty.
Yeah. And they would have got a check too. But, so all of Alhana Cove is off limits from
point to point,
whole thing can't be in there at all. And then this is kind of the addition that we made this year for PB1 and PB2 off limits. So this is your PB2 cove right here. This is your PB1 cove up top. So it basically goes from this point down one cove to the south of the PB2 cove. Is kind of just where I drew the hard line to make that. And then also there's a little underwater hump outside of PB2 that is also off limits. So that's the biggest change for the area. I know we had I think a decent amount of people that would run down to this area and fish, because we only had just PB2, and I think there's people scraping some fish out of there. So try and keep that out of play, so you're not just going after release fish in that particular area. Exactly. And then of course this is where our tournament is out of, the Kaufman ramp. So this is where we come out. This entire little cove or cut is off limits.
Yes.
So figured the pictures here is the easiest thing. We'll have all this at our tournaments too, like printed out
on the table.
Familiarize yourself with the off limit areas here, so there's no oops.
Yep. Tournament. No gray areas, black and white. Very good. Let's see. What else? That was rules. That was that.
I feel like that's most of it, honestly.
Couple things that I haven't hit is
your partners.
Yes.
We do need to talk about that. So the easiest way to think about this is you can fish by yourself, or you can have a partner, and your original partner, you guys can then have an alternate. So you basically can have a group of group of 3 people that can fish in any format. So our little example here, I think, makes the easiest way to understand. Your original team is Fred and Bob. You have an alternate that is named Joe, and any combination of those 3 people can fish and your points will be awarded to the original Fred and Bob team.
Does that include a solo Fred or a solo Bob?
Yes.
Okay. Just trying to clarify for everybody else.
As long as nobody else fishes with them besides Joe, then they could fish solo or with Joe and
accredit their team points.
Yes. Now, if Fred decided that he wanted to fish with Tim,
that's a different team.
Then that's going to become a different team, and his points are going to go elsewhere.
You're not gonna be in the overall points prizes unless you just sweep the other 4 tournaments.
Correct.
So that's important. I've had a lot of feedback on it. We decided to keep the way that it is, just because, like, yes, some people can make all the tournaments. That's awesome. We really appreciate the dedication, but there's just times where life happens and you can't. So if one of you can make it, and then you can have an alternate that will be there for you in another time, it'll just keep you in the points contention for the overall points prizes, which we have gone over.
Yeah. And one other thing to note is the breakdown. We actually had somebody last year, their motor was giving them problems. They broke down. They were able to get it fixed and get back to weigh in, but they were trying to get a hold of us, and we didn't really have anything like set in stone. So we'll have our number on the website when it gets closer to the series, because if I put it up there now, it gets spam calls. But in the event of the breakdown, you can go to this rules page, and our numbers will be on there, and call us or whatever, get a hold of us, and just let us know what's going on, and you can transfer your fish to another team, that's participating, if you guys can work that out. But they have to be kept separate, obviously.
Yeah. If you don't know, if you haven't watched our series before, we do have series videos from last year. If you're new and looking to join the series, you can type in Midwest Outdoor Experience on YouTube and search back to last anytime from December to March. And we have tournament videos. And I'm sure maybe you saw there on the rules that Austin and I will be filming. And by basically signing up for our tournament, you're giving us rights to have video. And we don't just typically go putting everybody in the video, but there are cameras around, and we put weigh in and stuff in the videos. But yeah, you can kind of get a feel of how it works.
Yeah, they're laid back.
They are. And if you watch a video, you'll get a real feel of how the tournaments will run, because they're going to basically be the same again this year, where Austin and I are under our blue tent behind our table, getting registration going. As the morning ticks on, as long as we don't have any crazy fog or any fog delay, Austin and I quickly pack up, throw the stuff in the truck. Austin and I fish alongside the anglers. We usually do pour, but this year's different.
We're going to do good this year.
We're going to do good. That's right. That's good attitude, Austin. Keep it going. And then we idle out past all the boats. I should say that everybody kind of stages inside the buoys of Kaufman for the most part. And last year we had 62 boats, 61 boats.
I think 62 was.
It was a little packed, but it worked great. And we had everybody launched in under 12 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long.
But basically, we'll go out to the very front, and we have a big megaphone. We'll say a couple of things, a reminder of the rules, the times, and we'll start to launch. And we do a light. We do a live well check, where we ask you to idle past us with your live wells open. And once we give you the thumbs up, we'll send you on your way. And you got to be back. You fish obviously, and you got to be back in the buoys by 3:30. And Austin and I have been really trying to watch that carefully to penalize. What is the penalty, Austin? Is it £1 per minute late?
Yeah, it's £1 per minute, and then after 5 minutes, I believe it's disqualification. So 3:30, like in 1 second, is late.
Yes.
Not 3:30 and like I was in at 3:30 and 52 seconds. It's not 3:31.
And we both have iPhones, so we go by iPhone time. So when we're sitting there looking, we are watching. And if your boat's outside, we will mark it and we will dock you. So we got to keep it fair to everybody who's getting in there a couple minutes early to make sure that their bag's going to be okay. But if you can cross that finish line at 3:29 and 57 seconds, you're good.
Yeah.
But just a little touch on that. But yeah, we're pretty laid back. You'll find us. What is it, Austin? Do we say you got to be in line to weigh your fish by 4? We kind of cut it off at 4.
30 minutes after is when we close the scales. But I feel like most of the time everyone's
quicker.
all done by like 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So as long as we kind of walk around and make sure nobody's hanging back, then we
So yeah,
close out the scales and tally it up.
You'll have some time. If some guys like to trailer first and then bring their fish in, it's whatever you're comfortable with. If there's
you can swing by the tent too, or the green table, and say, "Hey, I'm going to trailer the boat. I've got fish, and we'll keep an eye out for you."
Yep. And as long as we know you're coming and not just waiting forever and ever, we'll be good with that. And we see both. Some people do their fish down in the water and then pull out, and some people pull out and then weigh after. So not a wrong or right way to do it. And that's basically it. It takes Austin and I just a little bit of time to double check the standings and get everything taken care of. And then usually we'll have our little award ceremony, hand out the prize money and all the prizes. And then we will have the results updated on the website, usually within a week. So you can kind of follow along as the fishing year goes of where you're ranking in the points. And it's a lot of fun. It's a good deal. It's just like anything else that's competitive in any other fishing tournament. I see Austin's got the sponsors pulled up. So I think real quickly we're going to go over our sponsors, and huge shout out, huge thank you to all of our sponsors who are returning and new this year for the winter series. This series is 100% funded by the sponsorship of these businesses and companies. Because all of the money that they give to us goes directly back to them. Austin and I take none of it for ourselves. It is all for our anglers. So we really try to make that a point. And like I said, with the 90% payout, Austin and I only take the 10% from the entry fees just to basically cover the expenses of getting down there and doing that. But everything else from the sponsorship side of things goes directly to anglers, and we just advertise for them. So going down the list in no particular order, we have Hillerman's Associates Insurance, the Sportsman's Lodge at Rocky Mount, Denny Dennis Sporting Goods, Justin Swass, Professional Land Agent with Trophy Properties and Auction, E-Factor Lures, Wholesale Batteries, Lake Ozark Marine Outdoors, Bait Cave Customs, and Phase 2 Ground. So thank you all so much for the contributions that you've made to our winter series. It's going to be a really good series. I'm looking forward to it a lot. I did forget to say when we were talking about tournament dates, not only on the very last tournament last year, we did a little barbecue, and we're planning on doing that again this year. Thanks to Dave at the Sportsman's Lodge. He came, he met us, and he did a lot of the barbecuing. He did all of the barbecuing.
Yeah.
While Austin and I were out fishing, and we came back a little early to kind of help set up. But fantastic guy, fantastic place to stay if you're looking for somewhere to stay at the Ozarks. So
highly recommend. And it's only a mile.
Yeah, a mile from Kaufman.
Heck, it might not even be a mile. It's right there.
It's like you turn, if you're leaving Kaufman, you turn right, and you'll find it, like Austin said, within a mile or less. So super cool. So if you're looking for a place to stay, check it out. Other than that, I think that's all of my notes on the series itself. If anybody has any questions, this is a live podcast. If anybody's out there watching, and you're more than welcome to shoot any questions our way. Austin and I got just a few other things we're going to talk on. I want to, Austin, you got a picture of what we are doing new shirts and new hats. So if you wear our stuff from last year,
let's see here.
Thanks for the support. But we do have, and we had this question last year. Does last year's stuff count? And for Austin and I's just advertising, we made it to where we had a master list, and if you bought again last year, but now this year there's a whole new design, so you'll have to have the new design with the hat or shirt to qualify for our apparel prizes. So if he can find this picture,
I gotta see if I can get it into a habit, but I gotta see if I can get it on a tab so I can pull it up.
I have it on my phone if it's easy for me to text you, and I don't know if you can screen share a
problem. Let's see here. I can email it to myself real fast, I think.
And then real quickly, we've had a request to touch on some of the things that we do to fish in the cold weather regarding staying warm. So Austin and I are going to spend a couple minutes talking about that. And then I'm going to hit Austin with a couple of questions for the winter series and just kind of talking about what's to come this year with the series. And then that's basically going to be our show. But we're sitting at the half-hour mark right now. So to be figured that tonight would be a little bit shorter than most, just talking about the winter series, but that's totally fine because nobody probably wants to hear us talk for that long.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk first on while Austin's trying to find this.
All right, I've got her pulled up. Let me share this. See if it pulled up or not.
Yeah.
There we go.
Beautiful. So more hats and more shirts with our 2025-2026 Winter Series logo. So
yeah, that'll be on shirts and hats, like you said, and then we'll have a couple beanies too. Somebody wants a winter stocking cap, but the hats and it'll just be something a little different because we've had the same shirts, same logo type thing, just our generic one for the last couple of years. Yep. So we figured, let's try and make one for the winter series just so it's a little something different, give you something new to wear, so you're not buying the exact same thing over and over.
It's got the lake on it. It's cool. Come on. It's kind of cool. I like it. Okay. But so that pretty much covers the series. So we hope you come out and join us. It doesn't matter if you've never fished a tournament before or if you fish 50 tournaments a year. Come out, give it a try. Austin and I love to meet you. We've met a lot of good people. That's probably been my favorite part of the entire series is meeting people and just getting to know them and see them from basically tournament to tournament and be like, oh boy, here you go. And get to talk with them and just get to know them a little bit. The fishing community is what makes it kind of special. But no, so anyway, so I said we're going to talk a little bit about staying warm in the winter. So if I'm not mistaken, we had pretty good weather last December, didn't we?
December, yeah. And then
it dove off quick.
Yeah, it tapered off, which to be expected. It's a winter series.
Yeah, and that's part of it. And we should say that if the weather is ever going to be questionable, watch our social media, Facebook, Instagram. We will say if the tournament's going to go or not.
Yeah, we try and stay ahead of it so everyone knows because we know a lot of people travel.
Yes,
to get to them, and but we also don't jump the gun either.
Yeah,
like if the tournament's it's on Saturday, we usually will have our decision made by like Friday morning is going to be called off.
Yeah.
Because if we call off on like Tuesday because it predicted something, the weather people, they're wrong all the time.
All the time.
So we try not to hold out, for the very last minute, but we also want to make sure that the forecast holds up correct.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we can make an accurate decision from there.
We were blessed last year to get all 5 tournaments in without any reschedules. I think the year before that we had 1 reschedule. It was a little thick. So let's just hope and pray that we can get another year of no reschedules.
Yeah.
Decent weather. If this warm weather keeps trending, we're going to be fishing in 50 degrees, people.
Yep, for sure.
But anyway, so I'll start with how do I stay warm on the water? Obviously, I dress in layers. And, I mean, that means, like, I have my long underwear on, wool socks, a base, like, long underwear T-shirt. Then I'll go typically like a regular T-shirt, a long sleeve T-shirt, a hoodie. I'm a big vest person, so I love a good vest. If it's really cold, I'll put on my thicker vest. It keeps my arms free, but doesn't feel so boxy. I think Austin's kind of adopted to a vest a little bit. And then I think we've also gotten like heated. I do have a heated vest and a heated jacket. And those do work really good they'll sweat you out if you have them turned up, and they last for a long time, depending what you get. And then I am big on hand warmers. There's a lot of different things I can do with that. A lot of times my toes seem to get cold easily. So the feet warmer version, they're kind of weird. It took us years to figure it out. But I put them on top of my feet, not on the bottom, or I won't want to walk around for 3 days because my back hurts so bad.
Do not put them on the bottom.
We used to call them clickety clacks because they turned to rock hard and you just click and clack your feet around.
Our feet would hurt so bad by like 1 p.m.
Oh, it was miserable. Then your back hurts and you probably only caught 2 fish. Maybe I'm just speaking from our boat, but
standing on a rock.
so you put them on top of your feet, not underneath, and that works really well. But typically, and I used to way back, I don't know, not that long ago, probably 3 or 4 years ago, I would fish in muck boots, thinking like, oh, the boots will help. Anymore, anytime your feet can't breathe, your feet get colder. So I wear tennis shoes every tournament now, and just my wool socks, and just the shoe being able to breathe better, my feet stay so much warmer. So that's kind of what I do. I do have a winter mask for going down the lake because Austin has no dual console. He hates his passenger.
My
And
passengers.
I let him know about it all the time. And I'm the same way though, so I don't have a passenger or a console either, so I'll get him back. So I do have a little mask that I sometimes wear. It depends how long our ride is. Sometimes I just turn around, but I usually like to be facing forward and watching for stuff in the lake and whatever's out there. Yeah, multiple pairs of gloves. I like the fingertip gloves as long as I can hack it. And then I do have, and the brand that I've been using is the Fish Monkey. Really like the Fish Monkey with the cut off fingertips, but I do have the full version, and I can actually fish pretty well in the full version. When you start flirting with that 32 to 30 degree, like in the 30s, if the wind's blowing at all, that full finger version makes a big difference. And then I actually do have some bigger driving gloves if I would ever have my hands on the wheel or whatever and be driving. And I try to just keep multiple pairs because if something gets wet, it's game over.
Yeah.
So staying dry is the name of the game. Honestly, probably wouldn't be a bad idea to keep a dry pair of clothes in your boat in case something ever happened.
That's a great advice.
That is a nightmare that is waiting to happen to Austin and I. Hasn't happened yet. Praying to God that it never happens. But I think many people sorely underestimate how badly you'll go into shock if you fall into even 40-degree water. Hopefully you can get yourself out if you're alone. Me and Austin talked about making a teaser video, but we'd want like a EMS on standby in case something went horribly wrong. But I'd like to see how hard it really is to pull yourself out of freezing cold water. Never had to do it, but
to tie a rope to us,
something. Yeah, I don't know, but I could just see that being like I'm glad I have a partner, not to scare anybody off who wants to fish solo. Just be careful out there, and a spare change of clothes wouldn't be a bad idea because the last thing you're going to want to do is if you fall in, have to drive in freezing temperatures to wherever you got to go. You may as well just strip down and take that wind chill or whatever you're doing. But anyway, long-winded answer. That's what I wear to stay warm. What do you got, Austin? What do you do?
I just wear merino wool base layers. I'm big on that. The breathe, keep sweat off you. Sweat's the enemy. And tight-fitting clothing is the enemy too. But I try not to stay bulky, but just big on the merino wool base layers. REI makes good stuff. First Light makes good stuff.
They do.
Smart Wool, those type of brands, which is kind of what I've run into a lot. And then I don't wear anything beyond that. I just go straight from base layer to a hoodie. We've got some nice thick Carhartt hoodies. And then if it's cold enough, like around 30s, then I'll put a vest over top of that is heated. And then my outermost layer on top is a down jacket. The down jacket is the best thing I think you could buy for fishing. I've come to learn that most of the stuff they make for fishing, it sucks. It's just marketing. It's geared toward fishermen that don't really do enough research. They just go right to the fishing website and look for winter gear. You want to go to your hiking, camping type stuff. People that backpack, that want ultralight, warm, things of that nature are in way worse conditions than we are fishing. That's where you want to get your stuff. So that's what I've determined is the best place to get that, and it's helped me a lot. Saves a lot of weight because if you wear your big bulky like raincoat on top all day, I just feel like it's heavy and it's just like it's cumbersome. It's got a bunch of pockets that catch on my rod butts and all that, and I don't like it. Only wear that thing if it's raining. And then bibs for the lower layer, for the outer layer, And then like Nathan said, the Fish Monkey woolies, they're hard to beat. I always wear the full finger. I have, I guess, really bad circulation, like an old man. So I can't really wear the cut off finger ones. It's got to be like mid 40s for me to wear those. Otherwise, my fingertips are just gone. So I've gotten really good actually at fishing with the other ones. I can skip a jig even with the big woolly gloves on. It does take some time. It's not like it's going to happen overnight. I think you need to fish probably like, I don't know, four outings with them maybe before you are like comfortable and can kind of do everything. They do kind of stink for a spinning reel though. I will say that.
Yeah.
With the
You
big
lose some accuracy.
the big fingers, yeah. But that's pretty much it. It's where I have a neck gaiter too. That's been really big. It's long that I can pull up and keeps the wind from getting down in like your chest area.
Yep.
That helps a lot. And like Nathan said, the hot hands, little trick too. Obviously, you put them in your core area, keep you warm, but I stuff them right here in my wrist. So I go in between like my coat or in between my sweatshirt, my base layer, and I stuff them in like right here. And that keeps all your blood flowing in and flowing back out, keeps it warm. That seems to help my hands a lot when it's really, really cold. And obviously having a couple pairs of gloves because the fish monkeys, they are wool. So wool is like warmer when it's wet and it kind of retains some of your body heat, but it's still cold. Mm. That makes sense over time. So usually by like 11 a.m. or something, they're getting kind of damp just from being on your reel and whatever. So you put a fresh pair of gloves on around then, and then that'll take you pretty much for the rest of the day. But I have a third pair too, just in case. But that's pretty much it.
Nice. Yep.
And a mask is good, like a ski mask type thing. I had a save face. It worked okay. And that we lost that somehow. I'm actually looking at ski helmets right now. I'm thinking about buying a ski helmet that has the goggles, or you can put ski goggles on it. I think that might be the next thing because it's cheaper than a save face. I don't know. It just seems like it's going to be better. The goggles won't fog up. The save face, you can't see anything out of. They're cheap. They're just bad. Like
kept the wind off your face, but that was it.
Yeah, they're pretty much junk. So I think we're going to I'm going to try a ski helmet maybe with some goggles.
Can't wait to make fun of you.
Yeah. Or I'll just go no helmet or no mask and hide behind the console.
Must be nice. Okay, well, so that kind of wraps that up. I did have a note to say that last year
too.
So nice.
Golf gloves work well for the rain if it's not too cold, I guess.
Nice. Okay, that makes sense. Kind of like that.
I don't know. I'd have to look at those. I never wore them. That'd be something to consider, though.
Something I wanted to touch on real quick was we did have a tournament. Was it February or January when it was like cold? And we did run.
I don't know this month, but
what was the high that day? 34, 35. I barely got above freezing.
Fishing too many cold days.
I know, and they all flow together. But I remember one of them in particular. There wasn't as many people. Obviously, the weather had an impact, but it was dry, so we still had it. And I want to say it was February. Whatever. Elephant brain's slipping right now. But no. But so even if it's extremely cold, I mean, again, watch the socials. But Austin and we're not scared of the cold. Sometimes it kind of stinks, but we'll separate the men from the boys, and we'll see who shows up. And that's part of the game for the overall points prizes. So. Dress warm, and we'll just be grumpy about it at the ramp. It's kind of the trend. So, grump. So you'll see everybody doing that. Okay, just a last couple questions I got for Austin here. Starting off easy. Austin, do you think that the fishing will be better this year than last year? Give me your prediction.
So. Last year wasn't terrible at the beginning. Then we had that huge shad kill. And
we did go downhill. We started with 5.
And really, really, really bad after that. But so far, if I think I compare this fall to last fall, or even this year fishing compared to last year fishing, this year's been better at every time of the year besides maybe the spawn. But I don't even remember if I got to fish the spawn last year, really. I got to fish with Steve a little, then I think my daughter was born.
Yeah.
So, yes, I missed it. So, but overall, I think the lake's fishing better this year than last year.
Okay, so
I think it's gonna be good, unless we have some crazy weather that has a gigantic shad kill again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the odds of 2 giant shad kills 2 years in a row?
Yeah, probably not likely, especially with how warm it's been trending so far this season.
Hopefully, we'll see. I don't know. I'd love to see the A-rig bite bounce back a little bit. Some people caught them last year. Well, we sure didn't. Not on the
I don't
rig.
know. I think the A-rig's just been thrown so much that the fish are kind of.
But you can't deny that there's people in our series that just can flat out catch them with that stupid rig. And rather they're professional scopers or if they just, I mean, and we've talked to anglers, I'm not going to say what the tips were. They're doing certain things to get in, and not every day is the same. And
every day is different for sure on the lake.
They get that thing figured out, and they can pick those fish off, and that's where they're getting some of their big bites.
Yeah.
It's all it takes on a winter series day. You know, you catch any tournament ever really, but a couple of big bites, and you're in the money.
Yeah. I definitely don't think it's as easy though as years past. Where
no way.
You used to could just throw that thing and catch fish, and you still can do that and catch fish, and you still have days where you just go down a little stretch of a bank and
catch keepers.
Up, 5 good keepers. Mm-hmm. But I feel like now you're hammering that thing like 50 spots a day at least.
Yeah, moving around a lot,
trying to force them to eat.
Yes. Okay, next question. What do you think the average number of boats will be? Think it'll be up from this year? Think it'll be close? We had, if I'm not mistaken,
the average will be 45.
Okay, so what do we have last year? 42 for an average? 40?
Like 40 was really like 40.4 or something like that. So
okay, so a little increase. That's exciting. That's a pretty good turnout, honestly. I would take that.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll come out and show up. If not, Austin and I will be there, I guess.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. What is your favorite part about fishing the Winter Series? It's definitely freezing your butt off with me and watching your friend of a jukebox sing with you all day long.
That's always fun. That is always fun. Oh, we've had a lot of good time winter fishing. Really, we've had a lot of good bites, good days.
Yeah,
I just like it because there's nobody out there. It's just fishermen.
Ain't that the best? I mean, to tell you, when it's just you and other fishermen, you don't have the big boats. You don't have hardly. I mean, there's fishermen, but it's like there's not. I don't know. It seems like wherever you're going to go, almost always, it's kind of open.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. I think is just we reclaim the lake.
Yes, keep the crazies out of there. I'd have to agree. And then, like I said before, the camaraderie and meeting people. I love that about the series.
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite part of the actual series. But you said fishing.
I did say fishing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, as far as the actual series, I like just hanging out with everybody. Everybody getting together. It's
talking fishing. Yep.
Yeah, see who can catch what that day and how they caught them and what they were doing. And
yep. Okay, here's a good one for you. What is something you want to get better this year in our series?
We need to get better at not wasting time. I think we did good in our fall tournament that we fished in September. We did. We had a plan. We started off, it kind of worked. And then we're like, all right, we can turn right or we can turn left. And what should we do? We went with let's kind of go where we know and work our way back. As far as like, we were just in high percentage spots consistently and stuck with it the whole day rather than go mosey over here for a little bit and try this and then over here and try that and never have a good sense of direction.
Yeah.
I think that's the struggle. And then the tournament fishing too is like, oh, you feel like you're pressured under time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, I feel like you just sometimes you look back at the end of the day and you're like, we never had a good sense of direction or.
Yeah. Or we figure out what we need to be doing at like 1:30.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we have an hour.
That's part of, I think, us not paying attention or making the moves we need to make to eliminate certain stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I would say for myself this year, I ditto not wasting time and being efficient on the water, as efficient as possible. Obviously in a tournament, but then I personally, the technique that I want to get better, and I did it one time last year and I was like flabbergasted. I want to get better at shaking a minnow. That's something that has kind of become a bigger player on our lake. I don't know if guys feel the same or not, or even if you feel the same, but I feel like there was a new number of people that can do that and just catch even just line burning keepers. And a lot of the fishing is confidence anyway. So if we can get 5 keepers in our boat by 9:30 in the morning, and if that's a tactic I can use to get us there, then it's like, hey, then maybe we can go start making some bigger swings and see what's from there. But if we're sitting at 0 keepers at 9:30, it's like, well, I need to be doing my confidence trying just to get 1 keeper.
Right.
So if I could get better at that tactic of shaking a minnow and learning that, I think that would be a big player for me this year.
Yeah, so that definitely adds to a lot better to fish when you have a live well full of fish.
Oh yeah,
really frees you up, even if it's not big, and you're like, all right, now we can kind of work towards what we want.
It boosts the mood. You find me and Austin singing Back in Black on the boat like way earlier in the day.
You'll hear us 2 coves over.
Yep, yeah, we scream it. I mean, we're not ashamed. So and then I guess my last question is, are you gonna make me carry the team on our back again this winter series?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank God. Thank God.
First tournament. But,
you had to know that was coming. You had to know it was coming. Otherwise, I think that's all I got for you for questions. So, heck, we already ran 50 minutes. This thing flew by.
Yeah, we're just rambling.
Quite literally. Do you got anything else to add, Austin?
I don't think so.
We're going to have one more.
If you haven't, we already had some people pre-register.
Yeah, save your spot now. It doesn't hurt nothing. Then you've got to remember to do it later.
Exactly. And come out and fish. If you haven't fished with us before, come
Please do. It's so much fun. You won't regret it. I promise you.
We're not like super serious or like, I don't know. We're not looking on people or whatever. Be like, oh, you don't know the rules or know this or know that. Like, just come fish. If you've never fished a tournament before, this is a great one to get into.
Yeah.
Kind of get your feet wet a little bit and just have fun and kind of get with the whole experience of what it's about.
And if you're worried about getting beat, don't worry about it, because there's other ways to win. And even if you spend a whole day fishing and you win biggest spotted bass or smallest 5, you're still coming out ahead, and you got to spend the day fishing. So, don't worry about if there's, because I mean, I'll just be flat honest. There's some good competition that fished our series last year, and there's some legitimate hammers that do well most of the tournaments, and those guys are fun. You can learn from them. You can,
and there's a lot of people, that will share how they caught them, what they were doing. It's not like super secret, information or whatever. Like they'll give you some information, to help you out, especially if you're struggling. Like, hey, what do I need to look for? What do I need to do, or what keyed you in kind of on that?
Yeah. So
and there's a lot of people that are willing to talk about it and help you.
For sure. So don't be bashful. Don't be shy. Coming out, try it. $120. I guarantee you'll have a good time. Not a lot you can do these days for $120 and have as good a time as fishing the series. I promise you.
Yeah, for 8 hours.
Yeah. So
8 hours of fun.
A lot of fun, and usually some snacks and
drinks at the end if you want that.
That's right. Yep. And that's all part of the series. So. Again, I got to say thank you to all of our sponsors, fishing, sponsoring us on the winter series.
Absolutely.
This series does not happen without those guys. So we just thank you seriously for everything. And Austin and I are looking forward to a full 3rd year of this, and we'll see how things go and just try to keep shaping the series and making it bigger and better. So, other than that, next month we will have one more podcast before the series. December itself is going to be a busy month, but I'm sure we're going to try to squeak one in between those tournaments. And I would venture to say, if I had to guess, we're going to try to get a guest for next month. Not sure who it's going to be yet. If you have somebody you want us to talk to and talk about, we'll leave a comment and let us know. We'll see what we can do. But I venture to say a lot of our winter series conversations are going to be maybe anglers fishing it, or how patterns are kind of going about it. And obviously there'll be a big recap of what me and Austin did and what we found worked and what we were seeing the fish do. So it'll also be like a little fishing report in the podcast. So if you're interested in any of that, hopefully that will, entertain you. But that's kind of what's to come. Otherwise, I think that's all we have. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, pre-register on our website, www.midwestoutdoorexperience.com. You can find it like Austin showed at the top or at the bottom. Pre-register, come on out and fish. So that's all I got.
Yes, sir. That's all I have too. So
Thank you guys for watching. Can't believe we've already done 10 of these. We'll see you guys next month. Be watching our socials for announcement of the next podcast. Not sure when it'll be yet, but it'll be up there. So thanks for following along, and we'll see you next time.
all right. See you in the next one, guys.